Howdy, kids. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News from in and around the universe that will... Okay, some of you may have noticed that all the intros now are not playing any Doctor Who music, and that's because YouTube is now striking everything that has anything to do with Doctor Who music, including the abbreviated, clipped version of Segan Akinoola's theme that I was using on one of my idents. That's why I had to use the Darkness of the Doctor riff to open the last video. So now YouTube and the BBC and all that, it's funny how they give such a damn about their music, yet they release their soundtracks so late that oh heck, my gosh, I thought I was a procrastinator. Sheesh. Well, how many series now is it we're up to? We ain't even got a thing for yet. Let me know in the comment box. I remember there was one they were dragging their feet on for years, but it just, but see, it just gets me because it's not like I'm using enough of their music to make any money off it. It's not like I really make any money off this channel. But well. Okay, first up. All right, here's the big news. Doctor Who Series 13 remains on schedule. Chris Chibnall reassures. See, that's what happens when you're about to belch and you can't say anything. Okay, in his production notes column in Doctor Magazine number 551, showrunner Chris Chibnall gave an update on Series 13 progress and plans. He goes, quote, "Our writing and planning for the next series continues apace. Stories are forming. Writers are writing. Conversations keep going. Plans continue to be hatched." This is right along with what I've been telling everybody, yet meanwhile, you've got all these jackasses running around out there going, Series 13 could be delayed. That's funny. How could Series 13 be delayed when pre-production ain't going to begin for another month? Actual filming ain't going to begin until like 2 months after that, or 3 months after that. It's like, you really think we're going to stay indoors forever? Hell, then again, the way my work's going, it could be forever before I go back. But that's a whole other story. But Chibnall's assertions echo statements made by Charlotte Moore to the London Times on April 10th, where she stated that pre-production is continuing as planned with the current focus on writing. Now, here's the thing. Like I've been saying, writing and production meetings, and the big writer's room thing, you can do all that remotely. You can do that with Zoom. You can do that with whatever platform you want to use. Just don't use Skype. Things are going to get screwed up. But that's just me. That's my personal experiences with Skype. Okay, one of the Series 13 writers that apparently has been confirmed is It Takes You Away, an Orphan 55 screenwriter, Ed Heim. Now, a lot of people are going to be going nuts because to me, like I said, I'm going a little nuts because Orphan 55 to me was probably the weakest episode of Series 12. It just didn't work for me, Orphan 55. But, and especially the big, speech at the end about you could turn into mutants. Ugh. It's like somebody's been playing Fallout. I have. But okay, that's a whole nother story. But according to Ruther 2, has put this up. Apparently, it's on his CV that, he's been put on for Series 13. Now, a lot of people had a fit about It Takes You Away. I don't know why. I thought it was a good story. There were a few things in there here and there, but considering how many plot holes ran through the Moffat and their RTD era that no one bothered to call out on until years later sometimes, Chibnall is eager to get the series back into production. He says, quote, "I can't wait for all of us to be back together in a dark, cavernous studio with an impossible set build, worrying about whether we can make the schedule as the cast roar with laughter at their own jokes in the corner and the crew take the mick out of each other while wearing shorts." Now, Dr. Usara says it's pure luck that they'd already shot their festive special before lockdown. Mandip Gill confirms the next Doctor's next adventure is safe, but the fate of Series 13 is less clear. Why she's saying this, I don't know. Because, for one, they filmed the special along with the rest of the series in those Series 12. And I think the reason why they did is because certain folks are leaving. Now, whether she's going with them, that's pure speculation at this point. But, come on, Tarzan Cole's a goner. Bradley Walsh is not going to film like 10 series at a time. He probably would like to try. He's crazy enough to. But, no. He's a goner, and so is Tarzan Cole. I wish they'd just admit it. They may pop up here and there over the course of the series, but Tarzan Cole's already signed for a whole nother series on AMC. Bradley Walsh is signed for another series, I believe, on ITV. I'm going off the brain box here. So, okay. So the coronavirus pandemic has dealt a massive blow to the world of television, with all sorts of productions forced to delay and put off filming with no clear sign of when they'll be able to get back to work. And Mandip Gill hopping in with, but the thing is, it's something we already knew. Why bother? Okay. Detroit news. Sorry. Guess what? This had nothing to do with you. All right. The character of the Doctor is more important to me than Doctor Who will ever be. Sorry about that. I was reading some stuff because I am an auto worker. It's not a big secret. Somebody seems to think it is. I don't know why. But this is a nice little piece here by Emmett, and I strongly encourage you to read it. I got a kick out of it. It's got a very strong message to it. And why are they doing this to me? I hate this stuff when they do that. Okay, former Doctor Who showrunners interview each other. That's right. In this magazine, this month's Doctor Magazine 551, RTD and Moffat are interviewing one another. And it's an interesting combination when you put those two against each other or talking with each other. So it's already out there. It's on the market if you want to go find it. But I love the way they just bounce back and forth off each other. You see, because they've been through the hell poor Chris Chibnall is now. And then people wonder why nobody wants to do the job. Okay, ex-Doctor Who boss Russell T Davies regrets not doing a classic story sequel. He considered doing an update to, I believe it was, as they showed here, Image of the Fendal. And the problem is, it seems like for a while there, nobody wanted to touch the classic series. You know, it's like, come on, the only classic companions we've had show up since this show came back are Sarah Jane and K9. And I'm talking on the main show. On the main show. There were talks that, over on, Sarah Jane Adventures, there was going to be like, there's been a whole lot of people. Of course, there was Katie Manning, and then there was going to be Sophie Aldred, and there was a whole list of them that were going to be over there. And sadly, Sophie Aldred was supposed to show up in Series 2 of Class. Why they didn't put her in Series 1, which might have saved it, is beyond me. But, so, he was talking about, he wanted to do a thing to Image of the Fendal. Martin Clunes was considered to play the Doctor Who lead back in 2005. And this came out of a statement, I believe, by Moffat in the magazine article we were talking about. He goes, I think you were considering Hugh Grant and Martin Clunes. If you'd cast either of them, how would you have phrased the not posh note? Because good luck. And they're just bouncing off each other like mad. And that's just basically what this is about, was his original choices for the Doctor for the return. All right, big finish. If you've not heard about this, then you suck. All right, Time Lord Victorious, a new multi-platform adventure. Okay, BBC Studios announced that Doctor Who will be the focus of a multi-platform story launching later this year. Time Lord Victorious will see partners including Penguin Random House, Doctor Who Magazine, Titan Comics, Escape Hunt, Big Finish Productions, Eagle Moss Hero Collector, Immersive Everywhere, Maze Theory, BBC Books, and BBC Audio, and they're all going to unite to tell this big story. And it sounds like it's going to be pretty damn interesting. I've heard Paul McGann, Dave. It seems like there's going to be a bunch of people in there. So I'm looking forward to hearing it. Now, how they're going to pull off Eccleston in this thing, that's going to be the big question. Because he won't touch Doctor Who again with a 5,950-mile pole. But that's just me. Peter Capaldi did a little video here where he read a chapter from Frank Cottrell Boyce's, Frank Cottrell Boyce, The Runaway Robot. And I remember reading that book when I was growing up, so it's been over 30-something years. Because I was pretty sure when I was in my mid-teens when I read that. The scary part is it was a pretty good story because I can actually remember it, most of the plot line and all that. And considering how rusty this brain box is getting, that's a pretty mean feat. So he's reading a chapter here from The Runaway Robot for the Emergency Care Fund. And you got to love how Peter, gets in there. Also, remember Boyce wrote In the Forest of the Shite and Smile. So, not a couple of my favorites for the Capaldi era, sorry. So, and now, once again, Peter, moving along. Okay, Doctor Who stars Billie Piper, Stephen Fry, Russell Tovey. Read bedtime stories on YouTube. And once again, this all has to do with the COVID-19 lockdown. They're all doing this thing, or they're sitting there reading stories. And I thought that was just very kind. If you're interested, go look this up. Have your kid get read to bed by Rose Tyler. Yeah. She can put me to bed. But back to reality. Okay, so once again, as you probably saw, now they're talking May 18th for me going back to work. This is probably the longest paid vacation I've ever had in my life. I got to say that much. And guess what? Like all great vacations, I ain't done shit. I do feel a little bad, but at least I got the lawn mowed today. But I've been sitting down running over my notes for Murder on the Chautauqua again, and I seriously do want to pick it up and at least get the first bunch of lines out before I go back to work. So if anyone's interested in doing a voice for it, let me know. I'll try to squeeze you in. It probably won't be a big part. Everybody seems to think they're central stage sometimes, but it's like, come on, I've got like more vocals than I know what to do with at this point. So, and I try, I don't want to try to have 50 leads in a story. Oh, well, I'm going to get going here, so please take care. Have a good one. Enjoy your staycation, wherever you are, and I hope everybody's doing well. Have a good night, kids.